What is the significance of Chalit Kundali is a question that is often asked. Today, I will share some of my insights. Chalit is the very essence of astrology. Without Chalit chart, the whole essence of astrology is lost. It is simply lost. Chalit means change. Chalit means progressive. So it is a progressive chart. Understand this. Chalit is the very backbone of astrology because it not only shows the actual house in which your planet is placed, but it also shows the maturity of results related to the house it is placed in the Chalit. Interestingly, not every individual's chart has planets in the Chalit mode, that is, in the progressive mode. So Chalit planet is a special planet, and one who has a Chalit planet is also special in some way or the other. What does a Chalit planet means? What exactly it is trying to convey to you? Look at your birth chart. Look closely. And wherever there is a mention of the letter C before a given planet, that planet is a Chalit planet. That planet is the most powerful planet. Why? Because it is in the progression. It is progressive. It is very active. It is trying to say something to you. What is it trying to say? Let me give you your own introduction. The Chalit planet is trying to say to you, I am here to move you, to shake you, to do all kind of things in your life that can bring a certain level of consciousness within you if you remain positive. But if you remain ignorant, then I cannot help you. You are then on your own. Chalit planet is powerful. It is moving. It is showing you by all means that it has a say in your life. I love Chalit chart, and you also will love Chalit chart only when you yourself will start self-realizing the effects of Chalit chart. First thing, any Chalit planet, whether it is going backward or forward, is the planet of your life. The Western astrologers are more intelligent than our people because they don't follow blindly. They question, they doubt, they inquire within, and so I respect the Western astrologers and also the method of Western astrology. An intelligent man comes with his questions that are not of the head but of his heart. His questions does not arise from your so-called intellectualism. His questions arise from pure intelligence. Intellectualism is of the mind. Intelligence is of the heart. Intelligence is dangerous. Intelligence means you will start thinking on your own. You will start looking around on your own. You will not believe in the scriptures. You will believe only in your own experience. So there are millions of angles to astrology, and every angle is precious because every angle is contributing to the vast and extensive growth of astrology. Somebody had asked, astrology is perfect? And my answer is no. Because perfection means death. Perfection means there is no further scope to grow. And so I tell you all that astrology is not perfect. I am not perfect. This whole universe is not perfect. And because it is not perfect, it is growing. Had it been perfect, it would be dead by now. Astrology is growing. It is maturing. Millions and millions of intelligent people across this vast human world are contributing to its growth. How can you say it's perfect? Had it been perfect, then millions of people would have not contributed. Hundreds and hundreds of seers and sages would not have written so many holy scriptures on astrology. And still, many are writing, contributing their own findings, their own experiences to this vast ocean called astrology. And let me tell you all that every intelligent individual, every follower of astrology has been and will continue to contribute to the subject of astrology, and it is going to continue for ages to come, because astrology is progressive by nature. Chalit. You all are also progressive. The whole universe is progressive by nature. Chalit is in the very essence of this universe. Chalit is very much rooted in our blood. You all are progressing, and this progression is shown by your Chalit chart. And progression has its roots in the process of change. Except change, everything else changes. Change is constant. The very essence of the word Chalit is change. The word Chalit means progressing. I deny to call it progressed because life is flowing. Life cannot be static. So how can your chart or your planets and stars be static? Understand the fact that life is always changing. It is always moving on, whether for good or bad, whether for good or for self-improvement, but life never stops. Chalit simply is a symbolic representation of human life, the actual results, the actual flow of energies. Life should flow, and life flows. That is the nature of life. Chalit is in fact a beautiful symbolic representation of a flowing life. It is a beautiful way of reminding us that change is the essence of human life, and you can progress only if you remain open to change. Unless you can keep yourself flowing with change, your life is going to become dormant, stagnant. Flow is the process of remaining continuously alive. Now let us understand through an example of how Chalit has the final say. One man lives in Chennai. His birth chart has Ketu and Moon in the 7th house. The other man lives in Mumbai. His birth chart has Ketu and Moon in the 7th house. The Chennai man got married and he is still married happily. The Mumbai man got married, but he got divorced within 2 years of his marriage. But the story does not end here. It only ends when you make a note of the fact that both were born on the same day at the same place with just 5 minutes difference in their birth time. What happened? The Chennai friends Moon Ketu in 7th house shows up in the ascendant chart, that is the Rashi chart. But in his Chalit chart, Ketu moves on to the 8th house. This man enjoys a pleasurable sexual life with his marriage partner. The Mumbai man's Moon Ketu in 7th house remains as it is in the Chalit chart. Marriage brings no sexual satisfaction. Absence of sex, his wife started cheating on him and divorce triggered. Progression simply is the way of life. Chalit is simply the essence of astrology. When it comes to Chalit house placement of a specific planet, when it comes to Chalit, house placement of a specific planet changes. But that does not change the way of looking at the chart in its totality. If your ascendant lord is in the 3rd house, it remains in the 3rd house. If Seema is from India, then she remains an Indian citizen. Now, in the Chalit chart, if Seema is moving from 3rd house to the 4th house, then it shows progression. Seema is progressing, moving from India to the US. She is bringing the qualities of the 3rd house to the 4th house. With time, she will settle down in the US, that is the 4th house. Chalit is a very deep subject. I personally love Chalit, mainly because of my extensive experience of dealing with specific charts. So whenever you read house lordship, which house lord in which house, always refer to your ascendant chart or Rashi chart. If sun is in your 3rd house in the ascendant chart, read the sun in the 3rd house results, even though sun is seen in the 4th house in your Chalit chart. You all will find this revelation surprising, but surprises is what comes when you come face to face with truth. I am just sharing the truth that I came across while going through my own self experiences. Remember, Seema is from India, that is the 3rd house. If you see her in the US, that is in the 4th house in the Chalit, while reading the Chalit, then do not mistaken her as a US citizen. She is Indian, though she is on her way to become a US citizen. Becoming, happening, flowering. You see, Chalit is all about ing. Life is a verb. Life is not a noun. It is really living, not life. It is not love. It is loving. It is not relationship. It is relating. It is not a song. It is singing. It is not a dance. It is dancing. See the difference. Savor the difference. Understand the significance of the letters ing. Lahari Mahasay, the great spiritual master, always used to say, Banat Banat Banjai, meaning step by step you continue to progress. Chalit. Yesterday Mohan came. Mohan has been a very close follower of mine, almost from a decade when I was staying in the US. Mohan asked a very interesting question. Mohan asked how to find what results we get from the Chalit chart. Mohan has always been like this, a simple man who always asks basic questions. I like people who ask basic questions. Such people are pure souls. They are not intellectuals. They are filled with pure intelligence. Listening to Mohan's question, I smiled and said, Mohan, do this. Whenever you want to see what your Chalit sun in 4th house does, first read Sun in the 4th house results, and then you call me. Mohan read about the results of 4th house Sun. His natal ascendant chart had Sun in the 3rd. He called me. I said to him, "You have 3rd house Sun qualities within you, and these qualities will progress and help you to experience the results of Sun in the 4th house." Sun in 4th make you a local hero, a local popular figure. Any Chalit planet is very powerful because it has matured to give results. So your Sun is powerful, and a time will come in your life when you will be a known figure in your locality. Mohan, through his innovative technology adventures, became a known figure in the Silicon Valley. But it took a while. Recognition came to him only after he crossed the age of 40. Chalita planet gives results but late in life. It is bound to give you results because that is what is meant for. So progression or Chalit is simply a representation of the house that is going to materialize or manifest the results of your past karma at a given time or phase in your life. Now people say during Dasha of that Chalit planet you get the results and so on. But there is no such hard and fast rule. The bottom line is you are going to get results of the Chalit planet at some stage of your life. In the Chalit chart, either the planet goes forward or it goes backwards. Forward shows positive progression, backward shows a negative progression. Either way it is a progression, either way it is a progression. Even if you fail, it is a progression. Even if you are rejected, it is a progression. Even if you lose, it is a progression. Every pain, every suffering, every setback is a blessing in disguise. And so I say to you all that every failure and every setback in your life is also a sign of progression, Chalit. Always remember that it is only when you go through the fire of suffering that you experience the light of consciousness. It is the fire of suffering that brings forth the gold of godliness. When does gold ore become gold? When it is put through a process of fire. So the human being during the training becomes as pure as gold through suffering. It is the burning away of the dross. Suffering has a great redeeming quality. So now when you open and see your Chalita chart, and let's say if it's your 7th house Venus is going in the 6th house in the Chalit chart, do not get depressed. There is a high possibility that marriage can become challenging. But this challenge is not to cause you pain, but to make you aware of the higher truths that otherwise you would have never known. So you see, every negative can be transformed into positive. That is what the saints have been doing. That is what the Divine Master has been doing. And that is what each one of you should be doing. Only then you all can become great astrologers. And I would love you all becoming great astrologers only when you realize that this whole universe is all for positive, for love, for the good. And so become astrologer. In fact, I think every person in the world should become an astrologer, but not a bookish astrologer, but someone who is trying to find the answers through his own experiences, his own spiritual practice, his own understanding. But who wants to listen? People are busy in debating who has read how many books of astrology. And in these so called fights of intellectualism, I am least interested. There are all kinds of astrology in this vast human world. Tibet, Nepal, Russia, China, Mexico, every country and every learned society has developed its own interpretation of astrology, of planets, of stars. But our mind cannot contain the whole. Do you all know what is this whole? Albert Einstein mentions about this whole in his own beautiful way. Einstein says, a human being is part of the whole, called by us the universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. How deep are these words of Albert Einstein? Whether you are going through many difficulties, whether you are jobless, whether you are homeless, whether you are ridiculed by others as useless, let me tell you all, nobody in this world is useless. Everybody is here because there is a certain purpose to his or her existence. You are not here accidentally. Remember this. You are here in this world meaningfully. There is a purpose behind you. The whole intends to do something through you. Something is happening through each one of you. Someone is getting some support, some help, some caring, some love through you. So you see, even an old grandmother or an old mother-in-law is not useless. Through her mere presence, many things are happening that you are not yet aware of. But who wants to listen? A certain level of understanding has to be there. Only then the truths can be given. For now, you all have to just understand the basic of Chalit. That is, not to confuse yourself with the house placements with Chalit. If your moon is in the 6th house, it means you are a person with a doubtful nature. You are secretive. You also think a lot about your enemies. But at the same time, if there is a positive aspect to such a moon in the 6th house, then let me tell you all, there is no other person in this world who is as serving as you. Moon in the 6th house can make a person immensely devoted to serve others. I have seen many healers with this position, and if Jupiter joins in, then what to say? It's like sugar in milk. But now, if this sixth moon goes in the seventh house in Chalit, then don't ever think that this moon will give you results of the seventh house moon from nature perspective. But eventually, as the person grows, crosses the age of maturity, slowly the effects of moon in the seventh will start manifesting. See, this is how Chalit is progressing, becoming, flowering. I have two planets in my own chart in Chalit state. And certainly life has progressed from one end to the other end. And I am thankful to all those who loved me in this journey of my life. And also I am thankful to those who hated me. Because the love I received helped me to walk through the fire of suffering. And the fire of suffering that was so lovingly showered upon me by those who hated me helped me to turn inwards and meditate. So come you all and meditate. Life is full of suffering. In fact, life is suffering. But the ignorant never realizes this fact, while the wise sooner or later realizes this fact. Always remember, and I say this to those who are going through certain sufferings, that suffering is there, but it is not within you, it is on the outside, on the circumference, and unless you realize this, you cannot feel relieved of the suffering that is in your life. When you self-realize, when you learn to be a witness of all that is happening in and around your life, you remain untouched, unmoved, unaffected. The key is to learn to witness. Just one quality of the Buddha has to be remembered. He consists only of one quality: witnessing. This small word witnessing contains the whole of spirituality. Witness that you are not the body. Witness that you are not the mind. Witness that you are only a witness. As the witnessing deepens, you start becoming drunk with the divine. That is what is called ecstasy. But then you all will question how to witness, how to reach to that stage of Buddha. And the answer is through detachment. You can reach to the stage of witnessing, but only when you slowly and steadily start detaching yourself from all those people and things to whom you all have been clinging to. Buddha says you only lose what you cling to. Jesus says only a man who is willing to lose everything can attain. And Buddha never went to Oxford University, and neither did Jesus. And yet I can tell that the mathematics that they share with us is not only true, but beyond the understanding of a common man. And yet it is beautiful, and it is the ultimate truth. It always happens when you do something good, you are ferociously opposed and condemned. That is the way of this human world. Saints were not shown mercy. What to say? about you and me. Enough for today. It is getting late and it is time to meditate. You all also spend some quality time with yourself. And what can be the best way of spending quality time than to spend it by turning inwards and meditating on Lord's holy name? Bhagwan Raman Maharshi says, meditation is sticking to one thought. That single thought keeps away other thoughts. This single thought should be the thought of your Lord, His holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Then your meditation will happen. Then you all will start finding the answers to all your questions. And then I can live forever. Because then you all will no more need my answers. You all would be set on the most wonderful journey of your life, the journey beyond mind. In life, there are only three mysteries: life, death, and love. And all these three can be experienced only when you move beyond the monkey mind. Someday you all should read my book, No Mind. Whenever you all feel low and whenever you are worried, remember the nature of the mind is to worry, and you are not the mind. You are the self. Turn inward and realize yourself. The joy of turning inwards and experiencing yourself is beyond the power of expression. For that, you have to experience it yourself. Meditate every day and remember, you are not alone.